Man, yo, you already know, man. Yo, what's your name? Where you from, man? Come on.
It's the god of pizza, the scumbag, survivor of shootouts and STDs. Never got burnt. They call me the HYNAKEN. Represent Brooklyn, the Floss, Canarsie. Do things all over the industry, man. You know, we working.
Hey, what's good, King?
I got my death soda here.
Hey, listen.
I'll be on a diet next week. My brother's a nutrition specialist. So by February, ladies, like I'm about to lose this stomach, which means my dick is gonna get an extra 3 inches, 100 grand. I lost a lot of weight before, so I know what my body's gonna turn into. So I can,
Hey, listen, God.
I could give them an extra 9 more minutes of them busting nuts and shit. But how we feeling, yo?
Listen. At the end of the day, I appreciate you, King. You're doing
Respect.
amazing things for the culture. You're doing amazing things over there at thisis50.com.
I think I'm just fleecing.
Yeah, hey. Well, that fleece is looking real well.
Let me tell you something, man. A lot of the things I do, it's just business meetings in front of people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've probably really done this year. I've done a lot of interviews, but legitimately, I probably did really 4 interviews.
Okay.
Everything else was a business meeting.
Hey, I appreciate this being.
You understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate this being number
Whatever
5.
business, yeah, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like that's just, cause now where's the elevation gonna come from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody wants to, everything matters now. People are like, oh, I took a shit right now. Oh, let me put it on Instagram stories. Oh, my baby mother's nuts. Let me put it on Instagram stories. It's just, so, but where's the elevation? Just think about it. Last year, everybody wanted to be a podcaster. The year
Right.
before that, everybody wanted to be what was the shit called? A web series actor.
Right.
And then before that, what did they want to be? A rapper, an internet, a chef. It's always changing every 12 months. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, where's the longevity?
Right.
You know, how much you got in your savings account?
Yeah.
That's how rich people talk to me.
Right.
I had a rich motherfucker say, so like, yo, how can we get money together? You only got 1 savings account.
Right. See?
Like, just think about the logic.
See?
Nigga, so I got 4 of them shits.
Right.
So, you know, that's how we working, man.
Yeah, I feel you. Nonetheless, man, I'm gonna touch on something, man.
All right.
Which definitely caught my eye. It was the interview you had with Punch. Now, Punch, he definitely, him and his people, they just went over to the top 25. To me, I ain't gonna hold you. Amazing list, and I'm saying amazing because it didn't do the typical fuck shit list. You get what I'm saying? It didn't do the you was hot for 2 weeks, so that equals a whole year. It broke it down for what it was.
I mean, well, like, you know, I don't speak on too many things because sometimes people don't know my relationships, but like Punch is super young, so, but I've known him, we've known each other from way back. I've known him probably like 13 years.
Right.
And he was like probably still in high school at the time or some
Right.
dumb shit like that. So he's always been like that. He's the first one to call out Wiz Khalifa.
Right.
He said that nigga was gonna blow. He was the first one to say 2 Chainz was gonna blow.
Right.
Young M.A., Designer, XYZ, ABC. He just did the joint with Tekashi.
Right.
That's just what I remember off top. It's like another 7 niggas. So, like he's like Kobe Bryant, like obsessive of always being on point.
Right.
So to me, I'm used to it. So when he's like, yo, let's go do this list, because he understands I'm gonna understand where he's coming from.
Right.
And we're gonna really have real dialogue. It ain't gonna be like, oh, it's for the views or whatever.
Right.
So I'm looking at some of the lists. I'm like, I don't know these niggas, but if the niggas say, yo, these people are official, I go with it.
Right.
He called Bobby Shmurda as well. He called it 3 weeks in advance.
Oh, shit.
Before it was on Hot 97.
Damn.
He said, yo, you need to interview this kid. And then boom, so. And then that's how we working. And, you know, just look out for more things to come. A lot of people were tight at the list. People was
they
on.
don't understand. So I mean, fuck them.
And I'm like, yo, it's a numbers game, you know. And then the level of numbers that those artists are at, you can't purchase it because you don't even have the fucking budget to purchase it. I'm just gonna keep it real.
That's facts.
Like
That's
so,
facts.
I'm like, so
Preach.
you either gonna be super hot or you got the cheat codes or both.
Right.
And I'm with the cheat codes, my nigga. Fuck
Right.
out of here. These niggas don't play fair.
Right.
You be thinking, oh, this nigga's lit. They pushing 60 grand. Like, matter of fact, Young Dolph was talking about it in the Breakfast Club interview. He said, yo, I used to roll up to niggas like, I forgot the artist he named, so I don't want to name them, but they're all big names. He said, yo, I got 40 bands for you right now. Let's do this feature. I got 60 bands for you. So a lot of dudes are not understanding everything in this industry, you know, you either got to talk that money language or you got to be valuable.
Right.
Like, I don't, if I posted the shit I do every day, nigga, I probably had, matter of fact, I just had like a quick 2-minute convo with Gary V.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huge homie. Dope.
Big, you know what I'm saying? And yo, it was just, I saw him and I'm around big wig people even before the industry, so I know how to approach it. I was like, yo, boss man, can I get 29 seconds of your time? And everybody was like, what the fuck, 29? They don't hear that type of language, but I know he know. And then he said, yo, because I count down my seconds, and then boom, within 4 seconds of the pitch, he's like, I'm good. What we gonna do with the rest of the 25 seconds? And we were just chopping it up for his vlog. You know, that was just around the time he did the Breakfast Club interview, you know what I mean? But back to tie it in with the music list, like you were saying, you gotta really study the game, or I'm gonna keep it real, you gotta have people that know the game, or you gotta have people that know how to get shit done, that don't have to be part of the hip hop element.
Facts.
I got 3 closers. When I'm going to close a business deal, them niggas don't know shit about hip hop.
Right.
But, because I would know people and I couldn't close the deal. I'm like, how can I not close the deal? And I know this culture, but, so don't be too ignorant because somebody just types on a keyboard and listens to opera. That motherfucker might get you to 4 million.
Right.
I'll keep it real.
It's about the bag. Straight about the bag, son. But yo, nonetheless, man, you've been a heavy, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, ever since I met you back at Bowling for Peace, I ain't gonna lie, I studied what you did and everything.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. You've been a heavy component with the culture. You know what I'm saying? You've really been on the strong front, trying to make shit right. Let's just say.
I mean, listen,
You know what I mean?
the goal was never to be on camera.
Okay.
I'll keep it frankly honest. The goal was to round up a bunch of dudes that dress like super fly and talk this shit, and all I would do was give them like certain pointers of narratives to do, and then I would just collect the money behind the scenes.
Right.
But at the time, the camera thing didn't make sense to niggas. So I remember we was setting up the interview with Pinky, and at that time, niggas wasn't doing porn star interviews. That's why I stopped doing it. I've done every porn star you can almost think of, so it becomes redundant for me.
It's fast.
But for the new niggas, I be looking, I'm like, I might come out of retirement, but I'm loving it. But I remember I was like, yo, listen, I got this interview set up with Pinky. Yo, come sit down, she's ready to do it. Here's the script I got for you, but you could go off script for 90% of it. But these 3 I need you to focus on so we can get the numbers and then we collect the money. Niggas are like, yo, but she fucks mad niggas. Because niggas is intimidated now because she has a track record of, so you got to come with your A game. So they thinking, damn, what if I'm not right around her?
Right.
I'm like, yo, my nigga, one of my niggas is like, yo, you done fucked 400 bitches, B.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be around her. And you a lit dude and you dress the part, so you gonna rock. And I'm like, nah. And everybody kept saying no. I said, man, fuck this shit, I'll do it.
Right.
You know, got an outfit. And, you know, like, it's the old Larry Bird syndrome. When niggas is fucking up the package, give me the ball and get the fuck out of my way.
I'm gonna take over.
Yeah, you know, and that's how it started. Then World Star picked that up, and World Star and how we were doing the interview started at the same time. So we came up at the same time.
Wow.
You know, rest in peace, Q.
Right.
To give you a quick story, Q from World Star. Because, you know, he was like, oh, shit, you're Haitian, I'm Haitian.
Right.
Yo, show love, we're going to show love to each other. And then one day, he had this fancy hotel room, man. Like 4 bathrooms and a motherfucker, all that shit. He calls us around like 10 p.m. midnight. He wants us to shoot an interview with him.
Okay.
We're like, all right, we'll shoot the interview, whatever. We shoot it. And then it was cool, nothing crazy.
Right.
And then Q was like, yo, man, can you do me a favor? Can you not put the interview out?
Right.
I looked at that nigga like, he said, you know, just for wasting our time, man, here, and he gave me and my editor, Pusha K from 576, $300 a piece.
Okay.
And that was only for 30 minutes.
Okay.
I said, fuck it, man. I just made a quick little McDonald's check for doing nothing. All right, cool. So then he's like, yo, man, you want to order anything? I'm like, yo, man, I made this nigga a lot of money. We're going to wild out on the menu. So we got this shrimp burger. Shit was like $90. Some French fries, $70. Like when it was all said and done, the bill was like some ridiculous $500-700 bullshit, right? And he was laying on the couch, and then he was waiting for some whores, cause he's like, yo, he's like, yo, where the bitches at? And I'm like, yo, my nigga, it's like 1 a.m. The only bitches you trying to get right now, you got to pay the ticket.
Yeah, right.
Like come on, my nigga, you know better. You from New York.
Right.
And so when the guy came and he was waiting to get paid, he's like, yo, you know, it's $700. I was like, yo, you see that fat motherfucker right there on the couch? He'll take care of that bill. That nigga signed it off and gave that motherfucker a $300 tip.
Wow.
And you know, just for being a nigga, I went up, cause you know when you in those expensive hotels, anything you open, they charge you.
Yeah.
So if there's a bag of M&Ms and you rip it open, it's charged. So I see one of those Voss waters. That's when people thought Voss was a dope water line, whatever.
Yo, here's the funny shit. Speaking about that, this is a real fact. My ex-coworker, that's her husband's drink.